What's going on, guys? Dustin Hanson here, back with another video. So we are going to get the FD all pulled out today, and we are going to clean it up a little bit and start working on prepping the tubs for paint. I went ahead and got some paint match spray paint. I ended up just picking it up at my local hardware store. So we're still gonna paint the bay with an actual HVLP gun and some proper paint, but I just want to get an idea of how they're going to look with the paint on them. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. And then we're also going to build a mock-up engine to install in the FD bay. I want to get this mock-up engine in there. That way, once my actual engine that's built comes back, I have all my coolant lines, my radiator lines, and oil cooler lines, all that kind of stuff, intercooler, everything. So we're going to get the mock-up engine all put in and ready to rock. That way, as soon as we get the motor, we can just swap that in and hook everything up. So let's get to pulling this thing out. All right, so here it is. You got it on the ground. I took the fenders off. I want to get basically the front from the firewall forward knocked out with all the holes being welded shut. So I'll do that. That way I can start bondoing over the holes and imperfections and make it perfect. All right, so just went and got some paint match spray paint. I have the actual paint for my spray gun coming in, but I was at the store and I ended up finding this. It's the same paint code, so I figured I'd grab some. I'm just gonna paint this side of the tub just to see how it, get an idea. I mean, it's already done, but just to see what it looked like with the paint on there. So we're gonna wet sand it down and soak my sandpaper. I'm gonna wet sand everything, make sure it's all smooth. I did the first coat. Like I said, just kind of get an idea of what it's gonna look like. I don't know. I'm impatient. I can't wait. You can tell that this paint is not the same color. It's more of like a, I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's like an orange, more of an orange color, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, we're gonna go over the whole bay with the actual paint in my HVLP gun, but I'm impatient, so. What's going on, guys? So it's another day. I'm going to start mocking things up in the RX7, and that way I have everything ready. I think I'm gonna build a mock engine just because my engine's not ready yet and I'm trying to get this bay done. So my plan is to build a mock engine today, drop the mock engine in, just let it sit. That way I could line everything up. I already put the radiator in, but I'm remaking my V-mount, so I want to get an engine in there. That way I know where everything's gonna sit. I can make all the lines for the radiator, and I need to have my buddy weld 2 new inlets and outlets on the radiator, because the bottom one comes out here and I'm gonna need it to come out top. So we're gonna weld basically another bung here. That way it's dual pass, so it'll go down like this, be forced to come back up and out. So I'm gonna go drop that off to him, and I am also gonna have him weld up 2 L brackets, so my intercooler will sit right here, and then we'll run another piece basically from here forward. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, that way it's easier to see. But so that's the plan for today. Basically I'm gonna get the FD positioned in the garage where I want it for paint, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take off the coilovers, basically all suspension stuff related. I'm gonna pull the power steering rack just because my manual rack coming, I don't need this one. So basically you can get everything ready for painting the bay once my cam plugs come in. I just got back from the post office and they're still not there, so even though it was 2-day shipping, we'll see. So it'll be a while, probably, hopefully Monday. It's Friday right now, so hopefully another weekend those cam plugs will be here, and then we could get ready to do the rest of the bay. I decided that I think I'm gonna leave basically from this strap mounts back untouched as far as welding up all the holes goes. I'm still gonna do like the top of the firewall, but I'm worried that with all these I won't be able to get the cavity wax in here to spray the backside, and I really don't want those rusting out. So I think we're gonna leave those. Honestly, I was looking at pictures of my engine bay and my FD. I'll post one up. The previous setup, and the only ones you really can even notice are like these top 2. So I still haven't looked underneath. Yeah, no, there's no holes. But yeah, I think we're just gonna leave those. I think from here forward is good enough. It looks good. Paint came out good. So we're just gonna let those be. All right, so for today, we're just gonna, like I said, build a mock engine, get the mock engine in there. I'm not putting any rotors or the E-shaft in. I'm literally just housings, irons, and front cover, oil pan, and engine mount. So we will do that today, and then we will start mocking everything up. There was an apex seal failure on these. Same thing, I took these for display and just same thing, practice porting on. I've a bunch of bad irons and bad housings that I've acquired over the years, basically just using for porting or decorations or whatever. So we're gonna use these for a mock-up engine. This is the only rear iron I have. This is the worst one, but it's still good. But it doesn't matter, we're just gonna use it to make this mock engine. So let's get to it.
Darling, send me, darling.
Alright, there you go. The keg is all tightened up. I did not work these to proper torque. I just used my mini drill, so nothing's a proper spec, or I didn't tighten them in the right sequence. I just zipped them all down. Like I said, this is just a mock engine. So we just need to, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put, honestly, everything. I think I'm throwing the turbo manifold on. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna basically zip everything on there. That way it'll be fully dropped in and ready to mock everything up and see how everything fits. So next I just gotta get my lower intake manifold. I'm gonna put that on off the car just because it's a pain to put on inside the car. So we're gonna do lower intake manifold, and this will be all my old stock stuff, the 13B REW upper intake and lower intake manifold. On the motor that's getting built, it's all from the Cosmo, the 13B RE upper and lower intake. So they have bigger runners on them for more air, so it'll match my ports nicely. So we're just gonna start trucking away. I gotta do the front cover, oil pan, all that stuff. I gotta get my engine hoist and get that over here so I could drop it in the car.
Darling, send me, I love you. Send me, darling, send me, I love you. Send me, darling, send me, darling, send me, I love you. 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 Send me, darling, you. Send me, I love you. Darling, you. Send me, darling, you. Send me, darling, you. Send me, darling, you. Send me, send me, you. Send me, darling, you. Send me, I love you. Send me, darling, you.
Alright, there it is, all hanging. So now we're just gonna throw that turbo manifold on, turbo, and then the oil pan and engine mounts to mount it. Should be easy to mate to the transmission just because there's no E-shaft in there, so I don't have to mess with the spline and the transmission mating up, so should be pretty quick.
Send me, darling, you. Send me, darling, you. Send me, I love 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 you.
Oil pan is on. All we have left to do is engine mounts, and then we could start dropping her in. All right, so here we are. It's pretty much almost in. My buddy lives 3 minutes down the road, and I called him. He's gonna come help me push it in, just because you can already see it's hitting the frame rail down there. And with this turbo on, it's gonna be close. So I need someone basically just to guide it in while I push it. I could do it, but I don't want to hit these fresh tubs and have to deal with that or ding up anything. Even though I know I am painting everything and it won't be that big of a deal, I'm just gonna wait for him. I'll wait the 10 minutes for him to come over and give me a hand. They'll go a lot smoother instead of trying to manhandle it in there and most likely rattling it off the frame. So I will wait for him to come and drop it in. And here he is, Macy's best friend. Milo, come and check out who's here.
So then, why?
All right, so the engine bay is all finished up. The wife just got home. She got me my new hoodie that I got from Bratbox, and also pretty dope. I won some Apex seals along with this hoodie. They're doing like one of those $5 entries to win, and I bought this hoodie, and then I got a free set of E&J Apex seals. So big win on my part. But here's everything all mocked up. I have the Built to Apex alternator relocation because I deleted power steering, and the EWP housing. So that's how everything is mounted up right now. Is what I was trying to figure out is where I'm gonna mount my electric water pump. I was thinking maybe make a little shelf down here and kind of put it there, and then obviously I'm gonna have to have the inlet and outlet re-welded on the radiator. So while that's work, I don't know, I'm still toying around with it. I think is what I'm gonna do is basically get the radiator all mocked up and bolted down to where I want it, and then we'll kind of build off that and go from there. But man, this thing is gonna look so good when it's done. I'm debating on if I want to run my torque damper that connects here to the upper intake manifold, or I think I had a buddy, Shane Drake, who built this in Japan, and I got it off him. It's a could be a catch can or a coolant reservoir, but I'll use it as coolant reservoir. Sits here like that, which I think it kind of flows. So I think we're gonna do that there, and then we'll run. This will be the coolant overflow. So yeah, we are calling it a night. If you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I could be doing better, because this is my first time doing YouTube, and it's like my second video. So I just edited the first one. I haven't even posted it yet, but I learned a lot from editing that. Editing sucked. I think hopefully this one's a little bit better, and we'll get better as we go. So.